Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brunswick High School for high school basketball here on City Meet TV as the Brunswick Blue Devils host the Glenville Tarblooders. Brunswick 12-2 on the season, Glenville 9-6. And the starters for the Tarblooders, you're looking at Theo Castro. He's joined by Gio Ramos, Arvel Nelson, Jaha Hobson, and Lorenzo Smith. Starting five for the Blue Devils, Trey Drexler, Sean Barrett, Luke Stella, Drew Mattis, and Aiden Everett. Both teams in action yesterday. Both teams won yesterday as Brunswick controls the opening tip, and that is Drexler. Little two-person game, backdoor cut. Nice move, and Barnett finishes at the rim for the first two. Castro brings it into the forecourt. Little high pick. Glenville defeated Rhodes yesterday. Long three, back of the iron by Nelson. Rebound grabbed down by Ramos, and he'll get it back out to Arvel Nelson. Theo Castro resets the offense. In the paint. And grabbing the rebound and putting it in is the sophomore Lorenzo Smith, his first two. Game knotted at 2, just underway. Drexler, pass, Everett can't hit it. Rebound run down by Castro and in transition. Corner three, knocked down. That was Hobson with the big three to give the Tarblooders a 5-2 lead. Drexler, too easy. Passes out of the double team. Good ball movement. Barnett thought about the three. Good closeout defensively by Arvel Nelson. Barnett trying to take him, gets the baseline all over the rim. It won't go down in the rebound by Lorenzo Smith. But again, Barnett getting to the hoop via the baseline, couldn't convert that time. Smith inside, passes out of the double team. Nelson steps up, can't hit the three. Rebound grabbed by Ramos, and he'll pull it back out. Glenville will pull it back out and reset their offense inside of 6 minutes first quarter. Lost it. Diving down Everett, gets it ahead. It ends up in the hands of Mattis, blocked. A nice job to block it by Ramos, and here comes Hobson in transition. A little out of control, blocking foul whistled against the Blue Devils. Good aggressive take by Hobson. He'll get to the line. Luke Stella whistled for the foul. There's the rundown. And here comes Hobson out and going. And Hobson can't knock down the first free throw. Second one rolls in. He now has 4. Brunswick into the forecourt. Drexler pulls up, knocks it down. Trey Drexler's first two. He's already Brunswick's career all-time leading scorer, was a finalist for Mr. Basketball last year. 6'4" is the score. Nice crossover move, inside strong, and can't get the follow to go. Good work by Ramos, but it ends up in the hands of Mattis. Barnett, 3. Can't get it to go. Tipped around and controlled by Gio Ramos. Nelson walks it into the forecourt, was a big part of the Tarblooders state championship football team in the fall. Averages almost double figures here on the basketball court. 9.8 points a game. Nice drive. Baseline is cut off, and The cross-court pass. Nelson takes it inside and draws the foul. Tried the cross-court pass. It hit the bottom of the rim. Nelson grabbed it and took it inside. He'll go to the line. It was a good idea. The baseline was cut off. You see it hits the bottom of the rim, and Arvell Nelson draws the foul. 62% free throw shooter. Front of the iron. Good look at Brian Otrix. Had the Tarblooders with a deep playoff run last year in the OHSAA playoffs. Replaced the legendary coach for Glenville, Michael Holt. 7-4. There's Drexler again. He now has 4. And Hobson throws it away. Turnover gives the ball back to the Blue Devils. Midway through this first quarter. That time, some miscommunication on the pick and roll, thrown away. You see Drexler talking to Everett, trying to get on the same page. A lot of motion, a lot of cutting, and a lot of picks out high for the Blue Devils offense. Don't have a lot of size. They do have some quickness and guys that can shoot. That's the reason they're 12-2, and they are the top seed currently due to the RPI in Division I in this Northeast District. Nice drive. Nelson finishes at the rim. Arvell Nelson now with 3. Blue Devils ahead of St. Edward, Canton McKinley, and St. Ignatius in that order for seeding for the upcoming state tournament. Should get underway in about a month. Good defense. Oh, they get the foul call. That's a tough call on Hobson. Everett picked up the dribble, and Hobson appeared to get all ball, but he gets whistled for the foul. Guess they're saying he leaned on him up high. Brunswick will inbound the basketball, down 3. High screen, defended. Drexler, front of the rim, rebound, ripped down by the sophomore, Lorenzo Smith. Attacking, Ramos comes up short. Everett, the rebound. Drexler in the paint, fouled. Hammered from behind. Well, Hobson's pleading his case. That time there was no doubt. Just a nice attack by Drexler. Kept his pivot foot, reaching in there and getting a lot of arm. 2 free throws coming for Drexler. Knocks the first one down. 83% free throw shooter is Trey Drexler. He's got 5. Averages 25.3 points a game. A few games ago, he became Brunswick's all-time leading career scorer, and mentioned he was a finalist for Mr. Basketball as the best player in the state a season ago as a junior. Castro into the forecourt. Smith, low block, and 1. Lorenzo Smith, enough strength to power through the contact. He'll go to the line to try to convert the 3-point play. Nice job to get him the ball, and a little trouble gathering, but no trouble going through the contact. Front of the iron, won't go, rebound. Run down by Glenville. Out of bounds, it will be Brunswick basketball. Checking in is Blake Hamilton, a freshman for Brunswick. Foul will be whistled against Castro. Drexler drew the foul. 3 team fouls on each side here. Inside of 2 to go in this first quarter. Drexler again on the drive, pulls up, puts it in. Drexler, no trouble getting to his spots on the court, has 7 of the 9 Brunswick points here in the first quarter. Castro loses it. Gathers, scoops it off the backboard, tipped up and in. Castro with his first 2 lead back to 4 for Glenville inside a minute and a half. Good kick out. Everett can't hit the open 3. Here comes Castro in transition. Pulls up from 3. He knocks it down. Theo Castro has the last 5. And the lead has grown to 7 for Glenville at 16-9. Drexler trying to create some space, waving everybody away from him. Nice spin move, defended that time. Castro blocked it, got all ball. In transition, Nelson attacking, scoops it in. Arvell Nelson 5, the lead is out to 9. 18-9. Good backdoor cut. Everett finds Drexler. Drexler has 9 now, and it's 18-11. Waning part of this first quarter. Glenville likely to hold it for the final shot. Castro between the circles. Moore swings it. Nelson, open 3, rims out. Rebound. Smith can't get it to go. And that will be the end of the first quarter. And Glenville, an impressive first 8 minutes of basketball. They lead Brunswick 18-11. You're watching high school basketball here on City Beat TV.
My name is Rob Whitbread, and I'm the director of the School of Communication at Cleveland State University. This program is being produced through a collaboration between the School of Communication at Cleveland State, Classic Teleproductions, and the Cleveland Community Access Corporation. Through this partnership, Cleveland State is providing state-of-the-art training and career opportunities to students in broadcasting and live production in areas such as sports, news, and entertainment. For more information, use the code below or email me at communication@csuohio.edu.
Sports for CLE is an hour of news and discussion specifically for Northeast Ohioans. Browns, Cavs, Guardians, and Buckeyes. Sports for CLE goes in-depth on them all Monday through Friday. Hi everybody, I'm Dave Bacon. Join me from 4 to 5 weekdays on Cleveland.com and YouTube as we go in-depth on Sports for CLE. We'll have the players making the news and the analysts covering it throughout Northeast Ohio. Join me Monday through Friday at 4 on Cleveland.com and YouTube for Sports for CLE. Back at Brunswick High School as we get set for second quarter action in Glenville. An impressive first 8 minutes, 18-11. They lead Brunswick, and the Tarblooders will start the second with the basketball. Inside they go, Lorenzo Smith muscling it in, and Smith has been impressive on the low block. He now has 6. Lead grows to 9. Corner 3 won't go down for Mattis, and it's rebounded by Smith. Nelson into the forecourt. Attacking. Little fade away, rolls in. Arvell Nelson, he has 7. Lead is double figures, 22-11, Glenville leading. Drexler, the 3, knocks it down. Trey Drexler now with a dozen. He has 12 of the Blue Devils, 14 points. There's the double team and the trap in a timeout as Coach Otrix wants to make sure Glenville understands what he wants them to do as they sprung a trap. And it wasn't in a part of the court where he really had anything to do. So good timeout by Glenville and Coach Autrix. Mentioned Glenville in action yet last night. They beat Rhodes 68-63, and that will likely be the matchup for the City League Championship coming up in a couple of weeks. Those are the top two teams. A back and forth game that Glenville pulls out 68-63. You saw Rhodes here on City Beat TV a little bit earlier in the season. The Rams and Tarblooders likely will meet each other again for that Senate League Championship coming up in a couple of weeks. Ramos gives it up to Castro. Gets to the baseline. There's the double team. Might have got away with a double dribble there on the baseline. Passes out of it. Ramos attacking. Blocked. Good defensive play by Everett. Drexler gives it back to Everett. Everett attacking. Corner. Three. Barnett can't get it to go. And Nelson will rebound it. Glenville slows it down. Into the half court. Matchup zone now. Nelson, three ball, knocks it down. Arvell Nelson hits double figures with 10. And it's 25-14, Glenville with the lead by 11. Out of the double team. Barnett. Nice drive, banks it in. Sean Barnett has done a nice job of getting to the basket. He now has 4. Devon Moore pulls up, gets his first 2. Lead stays at 11 for Glenville. Smith comes and double teams, traps, they pass out of it. Everett attacks. Can't get the bucket, but will get the foul on Moore. Good aggressive take by Aiden Everett. There's a good look at it. Got his shoulders past the defender and able to get to the basket. Everett knocks down the first free throw. Luke Stella checks back in. Everett, really good free throw shooter, 92% for the Blue Devils. And he knocks that down. And you want your post players to be able to knock down free throws, and Everett's good at it. Makes both of them, lead down to 9. Like the patience of the Tarblooders in the half court. Around this high screen. Three-pointer won't go down. 3 free throws coming, though, for Theo Castro as he's fouled on the 3. It's the freshman, Blake Hamilton. Kind of got the offhand. And first free throw missed by Castro, but longtime head coach Joe Mackey called the freshman over and was like, you weren't going to be able to stop that shot. Castro splits the first 2. He now has 6. Third one coming. Trying to push the lead back to 11 for Glenville. And he does. Castro now with 7. 29-18, Glenville leading. Down low. They whistle Arvell Nelson away from the ball. Was battling with Barnett for low post position. Referee said he got a little too handsy there, so the foul on Nelson. There's Barnett working against Nelson. Good help by Lorenzo Smith. They kick it out. Drexler open 3, knocks it down. Nice job by Barnett to find the shooter. And Drexler is definitely the shooter. Castro from 15, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Smith rolls in the follow. Lorenzo Smith continues to do work in the paint. He now has 8. Lead is 10, and silly foul that time by Lorenzo Smith. And he knew it right when he came out and got a piece of him. Third team foul on Glenville. Eason Haskins checks in for Glenville. Drew Mattis checks back in for Brunswick. So they get a breather for Lorenzo Smith, who's been really good on the low block. 10 points, or 8 points rather. Attacking inside, Drexler, no. Haskins, good job closing out, and here comes Castro with the basketball. Castro pulls up from 8, knocks it down, nice job. Runner and good body control by Theo Castro. Castro now with 9 in the game. Little ball fake by Drexler. Good pass. Everett has it knocked away, and a late foul whistled on that by Theo Castro. Let's take a look at it. Couldn't really tell on that. But the whistle was definitely well after you could tell that he had lost the ball. Drexler for 3 again, it won't go. Rebound ripped down by Ramos, he's fouled. Physical game underneath in the early going. Just over 3.5 remaining in this first half. And it's been an impressive first 11 minutes, 13 minutes of basketball for the Tarblooders. 33-21, they lead. Hankins, they get it inside. Foul on the baseline as Ramos gets fouled. Just the 3rd team foul on the Blue Devils, so Glenville will inbound it. Hobson checks back in for Glenville. He'll give Theo Castro a breather. Hobson checks in with 4. Castro sits down with 9. Nelson, baseline, going to work, spins. Back of the rim, rebound pulled down by Barnett. Little too fast, Barnett loses it. Moore pulls up, banks it in. Devon Moore now with 4. Lead is 14 at 35-21. Glenville expands it, their largest lead of the game so far. Drexler pulls up from 3, and he knocks it down again. Trey Drexler has 18 of the Blue Devils' 24 points. Nelson a little too tall for Hankins. Turnover will give the ball back to Brunswick. Blake Hamilton, the freshman, checking in, and it will be Luke Stella getting a break. Everett, the 3, rims out. Barnett's follow, can't control. A lot of contact both ways. Glenville will inbound it. And a little bit of a different look defensively. It looks like 3/4 court pressure. At least they'll show it being Brunswick, and they'll drop back. Moore. There's Nelson inside of 2 minutes in the first half. Kicked out, 3 ball. Back of the iron by Hobson. Rebound gathered by Jaden Jordan, who has checked in for Glenville. Moore, little crossover, loses it. Had the man beat, couldn't bring the ball around him with him. Turnover gives it back to Brunswick. Theo Castro will check in for Moore. Castro 9 in the game. Drexler. Step back three, a long one, front of the iron. Headsy play by Hobson to kind of screen Drexler off. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Glenville's ball. Little step back knocked down by Theo Castro. He has 11. Lead back to 13 for Glenville, inside of a minute in this first half. Drexler trying to get a high screen. Gets baseline, traveled. Oh, they called a block. That's a tough call. Foul is going to be whistled on Hobson, but I think he took 2 or 3 steps before he had contact. Drexler will be at the line shooting 2, and he has had himself a first half indeed. 18 points already. He's an 83% free throw shooter. He has 18 of Brunswick's 24. He's got 19. Lorenzo Smith checks back in. He has given Brian Otrix really good minutes in the first half. Drexler already with 20 in the game. Lead is 11. Glenville have the ball. Foul near midcourt, but Blue Devils had one to give. That's only their 4th team foul. So they actually had 2 to give. There's a good look at Brian Otrix. Castro. Breaks down the defense. Good look at it. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Mattis. Ahead to Barnett. Nice move, but can't finish. Takes it away from Lorenzo Smith and puts it in. Nice job by Barnett to keep after it, and now we'll get a foul in the backcourt. Glenville lead down to 9. It has been as high as 14. Good look at Joe Mackey. Nelson knocks down the first free throw. He now has 11. Blake Hamilton will check back in for Brunswick. And perfect again, 12 for Nelson. 7 seconds to go in the half. Drexler gets around the defense and puts it in. Trey Drexler, 22 in the half, but it is Glenville who leads 39-30 over Brunswick. After 16 minutes of basketball, we're going to step aside and take a quick timeout. You're watching high school basketball here on City Beat TV. We'll be right back.
What are you doing in there? What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Well, how do you move like that? You don't rush.
Because it's not about the work. It's about what's underneath it. Every rep I check in. My body. Am I good? My mind. Am I clear? My heart. Am I still in it?
Nurturing your mind with the same commitment you chase your dreams with.
That's what keeps me whole. People see the grind. But they don't see the breath between sets. That's what keeps me at peace. Your strength starts there. A strong mind will carry you through storms. Muscles never survive.
Halftime here at Brunswick High School, Glenville with a 39-30 lead on the Blue Devils. The Khan Academy is a nonprofit academy providing free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. Up next, a look at common scams and frauds, from pyramid schemes to shady check cashing traps, and how to protect your money.
All right, I'm in.
You got the logo and everything?
Bingo, bango. No more Khan Academy. Hello, Khan Academy.
Scams and fraud. That's our business. What's on the docket?
Off the top of my head, we're looking at a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, a bad check scam, and phishing.
In a world of infinite career possibilities, it was inevitable that some people would turn to crime. I'm Danny. That's Rusty.
Yo!
And we're Khan Academy. As in confidence tricks. As in scams. We'll go through a handful of the most popular ones. Pyramid schemes, check cashing scams, and phishing attacks. Let's start with the pyramid scheme. And you know what? A quick little doom scroll can explain it better than I can.
What's up, Poors? This is Crypto Carl coming to you live from the SS Diamond Hand, making that paper and stacking those Lambos. You want to work like a simp? That's not very alpha of you. Passive income is the way to real wealth. Learn from your boy Carl by signing up for Shark School. Link in bio.
Hi guys, it's Biztina here with another haul of sick stuff that I got for free from Hyperface Cosmetics. If you want to learn how to be an influencer and make mad bank, check the link in my bio.
It's a protein shake. It's a legging. It's Flexstar, and it'll make you rich and hot and yoked, baby. Become an affiliate by following the link in my bio.
Sound familiar to you?
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I saw one of these, I'd have like 40 bucks.
And that's more than you'd make being a Flexstar affiliate. That's the real trick. They're not just selling stuff, they're selling a system. A system that looks like a business, but it's really just a con and a tracksuit.
So all of those are pyramid schemes?
Oh yeah, they dress it up with buzzwords. Entrepreneurship, passive income, social marketing. But it's the same old trick. Stack people underneath you, get them to pay you a percentage of their earnings, and ghost everyone before the foundation collapses.
Okay, but how does it actually work?
Let's take the crypto one. That one's slick. You start by buying a course, like $99 to learn the secrets of crypto, but it's nothing. It's on content. A bunch of videos telling you to stay positive, buy the dip, and post motivational quotes on social media.
So now I'm in for $100 and I haven't made any money.
That's when they invite you to invest $250 through their exclusive platform. Banks don't tell you about it. Your financial advisor doesn't want you to know about it. Totally private. Unbelievable returns on investment. Except it's not regulated. Because it's not real.
So they just take your money?
Not yet. First, they fake your balance. You log in and boom, your $250 magically turns into $3,000. Then they say, want to make even more money? Easy. Refer a friend. And if they refer people, you get a cut of that too.
So why do they call it a pyramid scheme?
That's the shape of the con. One person at the top, everyone else forming the base. Money flows up, risk flows down.
But where does the money come from?
It comes from the recruitment. It takes a whole bunch of new marks, continually feeding money into the scheme. Because the only way you make back your money is if you convince other people to join. And they have to convince their people, and so on, until you run out of people, which you always do.
Meanwhile, the pharaoh over here at the top of the pyramid's making out like a bandit.
And when the recruitment slows or stops, Guess who's taking all that money out of that exclusive investment platform and flying to Singapore?
Gotcha. So how do you spot one of these scams?
Look for the telltale signs. If they ask you to tell your family and friends, or if they tell you, here's what your bank doesn't want you to know, or if it reads, DM me to learn how, it's a pyramid scheme. There are no secret ways to legally make money. If they worked, they wouldn't be secrets.
Amen to that.
What's the next scam?
I want to talk about check cashing scams.
Our bread and butter.
Many different ways to run this con. One is the bank error in your favor scam.
Like the Monopoly card.
I did this once to an old guy in Tampa. He had put up a beautiful office chair for sale on an online marketplace. I wrote him and I went, "Oh man, that is the perfect chair for my office. I'm out of town right now, but is it okay if I mail you a check from my business account?" The guy goes, "Sure, that's fine with me." I mail him a check, but it's $200 more than the asking price of the chair. And it's a fake check, but it looks legit.
You sent him too much money?
Baiting the hook. And the guy goes, "Hey, you sent me too much money." I say, "Oh, geez, Cynthia in accounting must have made a mistake. Why don't you go ahead and deposit the check? You can send me back the difference. I'll be back after this weekend and I'll pick up that chair from you." Guy goes, "Yeah, fair enough." And he deposits the check and sends me $200. The weekend comes and goes. I don't show up. The guy's bank tries to process the check and realizes it's not legit. The guy's bank reverses his deposit.
So now he's paid you $200.
Yeah, and all I did was send him a piece of paper that looked like a check. Now, a false sense of urgency is the trick here.
Why is that?
The bank will say, "Hey, that sounds suspicious. Why not void the check and have him send a new one?"
Smart move.
You wanna tell them about the phishing?
Yeah, and that's fishing with a PH.
All right, how will we teach this one?
Easier if I show you, Rusty.
Ooh, I got a text message.
Yeah? Who's it from?
Unknown number.
What's it say?
Amazon order confirmed. 80-inch television on its way. To see Drawer status, click here. Drawer. Click here, and then there's a link.
You're going to want to open that link there.
Am I?
Oh, yeah.
All right, it looks like just a standard Amazon page. Wants me to just log in with my email and password.
So that looks like the standard login page, but it isn't. Enter your password.
Why would I do that?
Just do it. And now I've got them on my device.
Got what?
Your login information, your payment information.
What about my 80-inch TV?
There was no TV. Did you order one?
No, but I thought I was maybe getting something cool by mistake.
That's how they get you. It's called a phishing scam. And the goal is to get your login information. Because then I can get access to your credit card and order myself all the stuff I want.
Devious.
Yeah, change your passwords.
But what's up with the typo? I think it said Drawer.
Yeah, that's pretty common. Throw in an obvious typo so you filter out the people who are naturally suspicious.
People fall for this stuff? Like smart people?
Every day. Great scams leverage trust in institutions and in people. The trick to this one, just like with the check cashing scam, is to pull it off before your target has a chance to think about the message too hard. A good scammer strikes while the iron is hot. If you get a suspicious email or text message with weird misspellings, confirm with the person who sent the message by another method. You get a weird email? Call that person and make sure they sent it.
Trust but verify.
Uh-oh.
You hear that too, right?
It's all right. We got what we came for. Close the connection.
You can learn anything.
We're out.
Welcome back to Brunswick High School. We get set for third quarter action with the Glenville Tarblooders leading Brunswick by a score of 39-30, leading scores for Brunswick, 22 for Trey Drexler, 6 for Sean Barnett, 12 for Arvell Nelson, and 11 for Theo Castro for Glenville. On the drive, Mattis kicks it out. Drexler around the high screen. Back to Mattis, the three. Wide open, and he knocks it down. First three of the game for Drew Mattis. Averages 9 on the year, and the lead is down to 6, as close as it's been since the first quarter. Nelson trying to answer. Nice take, but can't finish. Rebound by Everett. Here comes Drexler. Quick pass, back to Drexler. Open three, misses everything. Rebound pulled down by Hobson. Glenville going into a more deliberate set. Drive by Castro, he throws it in. Kind of fancy. 13 for Castro. Got by his defender and able to bank it in. Everett, a nice move. There's Drexler cutting, and a really nice pass by Stella. 24 in the game for Trey Drexler. Back to a 6-point lead for Glenville. Castro, little fadeaway, can't get it to go. Rebound ripped down by Luke Stella. Barnett picks up his dribble. Drexler. Foul whistled against Castro. And yeah, he got his hip in there. That's the absolute right call. And that's kind of what Brian Otrix is telling him. Third on Castro, so something to keep an eye on. Third foul on Castro, who's the leading scorer with 13 for Glenville. Everett. Barnett, the three, back of the iron. Tapped around and run down by Luke Stella. Barnett thought about it. Another long three. Front of the iron. Run down again by Brunswick. Long rebounds that the Blue Devils have corralled. They'll get their third look, and this time it's just lost. Castro in transition. Inside. Puts it in. Castro challenged Drexler and gets the bucket. He's got 15 to lead the Tarblooders in scoring. Just over 5 minutes in the third quarter. Barnett, nice crossover, puts it in. Tell you, Sean Barnett is really good on the drive. Has not had as much success at the three-point arc, but has a quick first step and can get into the paint. Nelson spins, gives it up to Smith, Lorenzo Smith. Can't get it to go, and a traveling violation by Everett. I think that was the right call. I think Smith had all ball, and let's take a look at it. Three-pointer knocked down. That was Nelson, who now has 15. Barnett, another long three. It's off. Rebound by Castro. Lead back to 9. Oh, nice spin move. Castro throws it up and draws the foul. Castro spun free and will head to the line shooting 2. Crossed him over, spun, little contact. It's a nice move. Couldn't finish, but he will get 2 free throws. First one knocked down. He now has 16, and the lead is back to 10. Brunswick had come out and cut it down to 6. It's back to 10 here midway through the third quarter. Lane violation. As Castro kind of leaned in and hesitated a little, and Smith couldn't stop his momentum. There's that high screen. Everett attacking and puts it in. Nice job to get to the basket by Aiden Everett. He now has 4. Inside of 4 minutes, third quarter. There's Arvell Nelson attacking, scoops, puts it in. Arvell Nelson showing you just how athletic he is. And he is a terror on the football field as well. 17 for Nelson. Barnett. Good attack. Blocked, but he'll go to the line. Foul on Ramos. Sean Barnett is so good at getting by defenders. Handles it well for somebody with size, and he is strong enough to finish. Has struggled from the three-point arc tonight. Knocks down his first free throw. He has 9. And I say that he's a 45% three-point shooter on the year, so you understand him taking the threes. It's not going down tonight. Second one rolls in. He hits double figures with 10, lead back to 8, 49-41. Nelson steps into the 3, front of the iron. Nice rebound by Luke Stella, rips it down and will head up court. Little hesitation. Drexler. Drexler will back it out. Good patience by the Blue Devils. Oh, there's a nice move. Can't get it to go. Drexler got his shoulder squared, but couldn't finish. First time he hasn't been able to finish tonight. Castro and Lorenzo Smith couldn't handle it. Here's Barnett. Oh, nice crossover. Three-pointer again, just short. Drexler the 3 off the front of the iron. Everett the rebound. Get Hobson for the foul. And that's his 4th. Everett gets it in the paint. There's Mattis. Castro knocks it away. Moore will check in, and he will check in for Hobson with those 4 fouls. And Hobson has 4, Castro has 3, so a couple of Tarblooders who have been very good tonight in foul trouble. Drexler, little jump stop, traveled. Jump stop and then couldn't maintain the balance, traveling violation. One 1-3-1 zone as they'll trap out of it. Corners are the spot you want to try to get to. Smith just turns around and beats his man and gets the easy bucket. Double figures now for Lorenzo Smith. Back to a 10-point lead. Long 3, Mattis, perfect, Drew Mattis. Second 3 of this third quarter. Lead down to 7. And Coach Autrick's not happy because they know he's a shooter. Just kind of pointed out he was wide open, and he was. And Mattis makes it a 7-point deficit for the Blue Devils. Barnett has done some work inside, and it's been Drew Mattis outside, has hit a couple of threes to help the Blue Devils cut that lead. And you saw it was Theo Castro closing out late, and that was the reason Brian Otrix was just gesturing to us. He's like, man, we got to get out on that guy. He can knock him down. "51-44 is our score. I mentioned Blue Devils 12-2 on the season. Their only losses to Lima Senior at the prestigious Flying to the Hoop Classic in Dayton. They also lost by 5 to Gilmore earlier this season. Glenville won their 9th game of the year. They're 9-6, defeating Rhodes last night in what is probably a preview of the City League Championship in a couple of weeks. Nelson, the three, in rhythm, knocks it down. Arvell Nelson, now with 20 for the Tarblooders. Shows he can go inside out, lead back to 10. Drexler pulls up, knocks it down. Drexler with 26. That's above his 25.3 points a game average. And with him, nothing's forced. It's all within the flow of the offense. It's been impressive. Castro trying to find a way to attack what is now a man-to-man defense, or more of a matchup zone. Corner, three, knocked down. Gio Ramos, first points of the game. A nice job to draw the defense by Arvell Nelson. Dished it out. Three-pointer knocked down. Final seconds of the third quarter. Drexler loses control. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. And we will head to the fourth with the Glenville Tarblooders leading Brunswick by a score of 57-46.
My name is Rob Whitbread, and I'm the director of the School of Communication at Cleveland State University. This program is being produced through a collaboration between the School of Communication at Cleveland State, Classic Teleproductions, and the Cleveland Community Access Corporation. Through this partnership, Cleveland State is providing state-of-the-art training and career opportunities to students in broadcasting and live production in areas such as sports, news, and entertainment. For more information, use the code below or email me at communication@csuohio.edu.
Sports for CLE is an hour of news and discussion specifically for Northeast Ohioans. Browns, Cavs, Guardians, and Buckeyes. Sports for CLE goes in-depth on them all Monday through Friday. Hi everybody, I'm Dave Bacon. Join me from 4 to 5 weekdays on Cleveland.com and YouTube as we go in-depth on Sports for CLE. We'll have the players making the news and the analysts covering it throughout Northeast Ohio. Join me Monday through Friday at 4 on Cleveland.com and YouTube for Sports for CLE. Fourth quarter action here at Brunswick High School, and it is a 57-46 lead for the Glenville Tarblooders. Trying to finish off what's been a really impressive performance. Attacking Ramos inside, split two defenders high off the glass, it won't go. Here comes Drexler. And he'll draw the foul. Foul's on Moore. Second on Moore. So Glenville scored 18 in the first, 21 in the second, 18 in the third, and there come the Tarblooders in transition. Nelson finishes high off the glass. All athleticism. 22 now for Arvell Nelson. Lead out to 13. Drexler breaks down the double team, puts it in. 28 in the game for Trey Drexler. Looks like he might have got poked in the eye or caught something in the eye. Looks like a three-quarter court trap, and the Tarblooders get it to Nelson. There's Ramos. Oh, at the rim. Following it up and putting it in is Lorenzo Smith. Smith now with a dozen, 61-48, Glenville with the lead. Mattis, three won't go. Rebound ripped down by Ramos, and he will be fouled. So Glenville outscored Brunswick by 7 in the first. They outscored the Blue Devils by 2 in the second. They outscored them by 2 in the third. It's been that kind of night. They took the lead early, and they continue to, anytime they need an answer, and Brunswick got it to 6 in the third, and then they expanded it back out. It's been an impressive performance by Brian Otrix's Glenville Tarblooders. Nelson backs it out. Trying to draw the defense, create some space. Looks like a 2-3 zone, and they'll match up on ball. Nice drive. Castro puts it in. Theo Castro now with 18. Barnett kicks it out. Gets it back from Drexler. Good defense by the Tarblooders. Everett, the three, puts it in. Aiden Everett now with 7. Timeout by Brian Otrix. As Glenville's lead is a dozen with 5:38 remaining in this fourth quarter. 12-2 Brunswick in trouble at home. Mentioned the way the OHSAA playoffs now run, it's done by RPI. It's based on who you beat, who you play, and who you beat. This team, Brunswick, would be the top seed in the Northeast District in Division I. It would be Brunswick 1, St. Ed's 2, Canton McKinley 3, and St. Ignatius 4. So a lot on at stake for the Blue Devils. Obviously, you lose, you can drop in that RPI. Glenville is kind of middle of the pack in Division 4 in the Northeast District. Starting to get things rolling at the right time of year. Mentioned beat a really good Rhodes Rams team. Looked really good tonight as well. Arvell Nelson missed some time early because of football, getting in basketball shape. He's been outstanding. 22 points to lead Glenville tonight. Castro. There is Nelson. Like the patience by the Tarblooders. Trying to find some room on the baseline. Nice spin move. Won't go down as Ramos hits the front of the iron. Here comes Drexler, splits 2 defenders. Kicks it out, 3 ball, Barnett misses everything. Glenville basketball, just over 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Full court pressure. Moore, they break it. Nice pass, Moore gets it in, Smith puts it in. Good passing, and they make the trap pay by passing quickly through it. 14 in the game for Lorenzo Smith. Everett kicks it out, 3 ball, Barnett. Just can't find the range from long distance tonight. Barnett, little ball fake. Hamilton. Everett again for 3, rims in, falls in. Aiden Everett has knocked down the last 2 threes. He hits double figures with 10. Nelson attacking. Knocked out of bounds. It will still be Glenville basketball almost midway through this fourth quarter. Tarblooders lead is 11. It's been as many as 16. Smith, nice spin move. Throws it over his head. It will still be Glenville basketball. Not sure that's exactly the shot they wanted, but they maintain possession. Castro. Little give and go. The dunk! What a pass by Castro Ramos with the dunk. The thing for Glenville is when they have the basketball, time's on their side. They don't want to get sped up. Three-pointer, Everett can't knock it down that time. Smith will grab it. Nelson will get it back over to Castro. They cross the timeline. Ramos. Timeout by Brian Otrix. So this is going to be a nice move, and it's a perfect pass by Castro, and Ramos attacking, gets the throwdown. He has 5 in the game. The point I was making is right now Glenville's up 13. The only way that Brunswick can win this game is if they get Glenville to turn the basketball over. If you don't turn the ball over and you get a decent shot, there are not going to be enough possessions for Brunswick to win this game. So that's one of the things Brian Otrix is telling his guys. You don't want to get in the corners. They got in the corner there where you can get trapped. You want to get the ball in the hands of your guys who handle it well, who make free throws. Right now, Arvel, Nelson, Castro, and Ramos have been really good. Nelson, 22 points. Castro has 18, and Lorenzo Smith on the low block has almost tripled his points per game. He averages 5.3. He's got 14 tonight. And that is a sophomore who looks like he can play, being Lorenzo Smith. 3:13 remaining, 13-point lead for Glenville. Moore grabs it. Trying to double team. There's the pass to Nelson. Good pass, Smith, and he'll draw the foul. Again, good possession. They didn't hurry. They didn't panic. That's a nice play by Nelson. Gets it to Lorenzo Smith, and there's nothing wrong with him challenging and going inside there. Knocks down the first free throw. 15 for Lorenzo Smith. Almost triple his 5.3 points per game average. And that one rolls off. And Everett, a nice job to come away with it. Here's Drexler. And they're going to get more for a foul. Just playing the ball. Third foul now on Moore. So you've got Castro with 3, Moore with 3, Hobson with 4. Hobson's been on the bench since midway through the quarter. Long 3 by Drexler, off, and the rebound taken away by Everett. Barnett, the 3. Rebound ripped down by Ramos. And they get it to Castro. Ramos again, baseline, Ramos puts it in. He has 7. Lead back to 16, largest of the night. Equals the largest of the night. Mattis, nice move, gets free, puts it in. Drew Mattis with 8. Brunswick will call the timeout with 2:10 remaining. You can be sure Joe Mackey will try some form of full court pressure, try to speed the Tarblooders up. They need it. Brunswick's looking for some quick, easy baskets to try to cut into this 14-point lead. with 2:10 remaining here in the fourth. Drexler, the leading scorer with 28 points. Barnett, 10, as does Aiden Everett. Glenville, led by Arvell Nelson, 22 points. Castro has added 18, and Lorenzo Smith has 15. And here's the full court pressure. They do not have anybody deep, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a Tarblooder run, and there's Moore. Little crossover, reverse won't go. Ball loose, Moore kicks it back out. Headsy play by Devon Moore. Three-pointer, Moore won't get it to go. Tipped around, nice hustle and effort by Ramos. Taken away by Mattis. Drexler on the drive, off the rim. Here comes Castro. Ramos, he's gonna throw it down again. Gio Ramos, 9. Foul. Nelson whistled for the foul, not happy about it, but got him with the body, wasn't moving his feet. In transition again, a nice quick pass by Castro, and Ramos knew what he wanted to do right when he got it. Throws it down for the dunk. 16-point lead for the Tarblooders. Just over a minute 20 remaining. Drexler gets by the defender, scoops it in. 30 for Trey Drexler. Lost. Barnett comes away with it. Long three. Misses everything. Rebound by Ramos. Gets it ahead. Castro finishes strong. 20 now for Theo Castro inside of a minute. And Glenville's going to come into Brunswick and defeat the Blue Devils, who were the top-ranked team in the Northeast District in Division I. Heck of a play, heck of a game by Brian Otrix's Glenville Tarblooders, as they're going to get the win against a really talented Brunswick Blue Devil team. They'll let the final few seconds expire, and the Glenville Tarblooders get their 10th win of the season. This one's impressive. 74-58. They defeat Brunswick. Brunswick falls to 12-3. Glenville led by Arvell Nelson's 22, Theo Castro's 20, and 15 by Lorenzo Smith. Trey Drexler had 30 for Brunswick, 10 apiece for Everett and Barnett. That's going to do it for this edition of high school basketball. Once again, the final score, Glenville 74, Brunswick 58. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time on high school basketball here on City Beat TV.